Day number 7. I thought yesterday was day number 5, but it was day number 6, and this is day number 7. It's been a week. How exciting. Well, this is the end of the week. Um, Fucking you! It's had a massive impact to do this vlogging experiment. Like, I can fully see why people do it. Really helps clarify things, and and being able to watch it back afterwards or listen to it afterwards, it's like having a conversation with my future self and my past self. um, I feel like that's a big theme at the moment, a big theme with my life, and that probably comes from building a second brain. I haven't done the course, but I've been learning about it, everything that I can for free. um, well, I pay like a membership. I pay a small membership to get access to his to Tiago Forte's website and the deeper level of information that he has there for the paid membership. It is fantastic. This idea of writing a note to yourself so that future you gets easy access to the best parts of it. It really puts it into perspective. It really puts into perspective what's important. And having that sort of calibration between your present and your future, and bringing that calibration, because that's something easy to do about the past. That's something that reflective journaling does really easily. It's like having a conversation with old Saeed. But when I am thinking about bringing that same conversation into the future, it really puts things into perspective. It makes it so much easier to decide. I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to not give in to this resistance. I'm going to, what's good for me right now? What's significant? What's gonna really move the needle? Like, it's probably not clear from what I look like at this point in my life and where I'm at, but I was at one point someone who played video games every day, all day. I was living on the dole. I I mean, I had my girlfriend, and I think because the two of us were sort of shut-ins, it made it really easy for me to live that lifestyle of feeling unsatisfied and empty, and wanting constantly to be distracted, wanting constantly to escape. It wasn't a good place to be. I miss it, to be honest, because I got to play fucking video games. That was really nice, but it was a deeply unsettling and unsatisfying thing to be in, that a place like that. And yeah, that might not come through very clearly because, I before this COVID thing, before this virus, I was working 7 nights a week for about 6 months between two jobs, for three different companies. I spent 2 nights a week working in a strip club, 2 nights a week working in a nightclub, and 3 nights a week through crisis support. So, to think of that person who I used to be versus this person that I am now, who, you know, does things. It's been a big, big change for me, and it's not enough as well. Like, I'm really grateful and I'm really happy for the life that I have, for all of these different things coming together, and yet I want more. I want to do better with my time. I want to cast out really big, powerful nets, really wide nets, and see what I can catch, what kind of conversations I can brew, and what kind of relationships I can make with people, and what kind of collaborations I can find. And I want to cast really specific nets too, and I want mentors. I want mentors who can show me what to do with my finance and show me what to do with my in my relationships, and I want to be mentors for people. I want to be different mentors for different people and help people achieve things and help get messages out. I want to transform. I want to change. I want to have a more meaningful and impactful life. And I'm always finding that, I'm always dancing with that tension there of self acceptance and kindness, but also complacency and laziness, placiditude. They're all in the same kind of direction. And then also excellence and striving for greatness, for impact, right? I want to change things. But also lumped in with that is harsh, sort of militant aggression, criticism. Um, it's that self-correcting part which says not good enough, right? So I want to find a way to balance between those two. I think it's possible. I don't know what I'm doing, so that's why I'm experimenting. I just realized how much time I spent doing this. Like I'm posting shit on Instagram, I'm posting stories, and I'm posting these things. It's probably about an hour or two a day, about what I would have spent back in the day on Reddit, um, which I don't anymore. That's a large amount of time goes into recording and tracking and reflecting. And the thing about the reflection, it's not easy. So I do it, right. I do all of this recording, I do all of this speaking into the camera. It's super self-indulgent, but it's not easy to quantify the impact of doing that, right? How do you put a value assigned to the hours spent journaling, recording, tracking, that kind of thing? How do you put a value? Well, it's hard to quantify, but I can absolutely feel the impact. I'm getting coffee with someone tomorrow who does stuff, right? This is like, that's totally new to me. This whole time that I've been on this pathway for like fucking, I want to say 8 months. I've been really wanting to. Oh, that's the end of my Pomodoro. That's fine. I've been really wanting to produce things and to change things, to transform, and I've just been so busy with work and and I've been trying to get other people, to lift other people up, to find other people to that I can be like, hey, let's work on some shit, right? Let's do some shit together. And it has been a struggle. It has been a slog to like to navigate my agenda of wanting people to collaborate with, and then that artificial what that does to a relationship, to just a normal friendship, right? To navigate that well enough, with enough sort of subtlety and respect and everything required, that it can all maintain a healthy balance. Um, what that actually means. What does that actually look like? It looks like swinging way too aggressively in one direction and then swinging way too aggressively in the other, and hurting people's feelings, and then repairing people's hurt, and and committing to coming differently. It's been so much work, right? And then out of fucking nowhere, I'm getting coffee with someone tomorrow. So I feel like that's directly. It might not be specifically because of. I mean, he didn't watch any of my stuff as far as I'm aware, right? He has no idea about the type of thing that I produce. But because I'm doing it, I had the confidence to just shoot him a DM and just be like, hey, bro, have you thought about this? Because I've been learning so much about content production, I feel like I know a bunch of stuff, which is probably going to be my next experiment, right? After this Pomodoro and productivity week, it's probably going to be like, okay, so how do I bring more intention into my social media, and how do I bring more intention into actually wanting to, have some reach and have some impact. So because of just the fact of having listened to fucking Gary Vee, basically, I had the confidence to reach out and be like, yo, what up, man? Those are some good ideas. Have you thought about this? And straight away, he's like, dude, that's some really quality feedback. Like, that's feedback that I haven't had, and I've been talking about this for ages with a bunch of people, and I haven't had feedback that quality. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Let's fucking hang out, right? It's been that quick and it's been that easy. And I feel like it's been because of this, because of recording shit. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's that part of the rant over. Um, what else? I just finished my Overcoming Resistance article. It has like a little bit of cleanup to do, but I think that it's about ready to go. It's taken me like a good few weeks. I've been sort of chipping away at it, and sitting on 3,000 or so words. It's pretty good, I think. I don't know. Actually, yeah, that's right. That reminds me. I'm going to send that to Jordan. She said that she wouldn't mind reading it, and now I can because I just finished it. So yeah, so I've got that article done. There's a bit of tension in me about how to post what when, right? Because I want to have a big I want to have a big foundation of real meaty articles which I can then write about. I've got work in half an hour, which I can then write about the smaller parts really easily. So if I have all of these big articles on this website, then it'll be very easy to address the specific tiny ones, the sort of queries that people have, which will lead them to these ones. But they take so much time. It's taken me what is it? It's May the 7th, and I think I started this in around. So it's taken about 3 weeks to write this, right? And one part of me is like, oh, it's taking so fucking long. Like, I wish it was a lot shorter. But then another part of me is like, well, considering I only need to build it once, and then it's built, it's a little bit like building a house or like making a building or something. Like, yeah, it takes a long time up front, but by taking care and working on it and crafting it as I like in the moment of that it's rising, that it's coming together, then forever I get to benefit, right? So just because of that, I'm like, well, okay, calm down, like chill out with those expectations, and it's always harking back to that expectation management and like kindness versus drive. Yeah. And other than that, I figure I should go and get my setup. I was thinking about this earlier today. I had a photo shoot with my roommate yesterday, which was cool, and this is my setup. So it slides in like that. And I can then record myself properly for these. It means that I'll be able to do much better quality videos for this, and that's pretty much been the whole purpose of this, is to just commit to getting over my fear, and that way, if I get over my fear of being on screen, then soon enough, and it's happening, I get over my fear of being on camera, which means getting over my resistance there about not wanting to um, deal with having such a shitty laptop. This is the only thing that I'll be able to edit on. But fuck it, I can do it on this, right? So why can't I do it on that? So yeah, so pretty soon the quality will probably improve, and soon I will get a gimbal, and then I'll be able to cut some cool footage together and get some cool B-roll. My roommate is stunning, and I'm excited to show that, to package that. She dances, and she's just an incredible person. So yeah, I'm really keen to get a gimbal and shoot some cool B-roll of her just walking around and flipping her hair and being a fucking badass. She's sexual as hell. She works in a sex store. Is that someone coming in? No, it's just some random noises outside. She works in a adult toy store, and she's just really cool. And I want, yeah, I like this is this has been sort of the bigger game this whole time, which I haven't really spoken about on here yet, but I have this idea of Said with Courage being this thing for people to come to where they can see what it looks like, where they can get a real feel and taste of what it means to speak with courage. To speak with courage into difficult relationships, into relationships with parents, into like troubles in the bedroom, like, and how they can how you can open up a conversation with someone without even having an expert around, without even knowing what the fuck you're doing, the kinds of specific steps that you can take to create the safety around not knowing how to navigate difficult conversations. Because when you have the safety sort of firmly rooted, then you can. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to get stuff wrong, and yeah. So that's what I want this whole thing to be about. And meanwhile, my roommate, I'm getting into all of this because I've been sort of watching her for a long time and thinking, man, like she needs to do stuff. She needs to put herself on screen and really do like just smash that social media game, right? I've been listening to Gary Vee for like a year now, and I've been thinking, man, like I just can't wait to see her change people's lives. And that's when it occurs to me, what does that even mean? What it really means is that I, deep down, want to live the advice that I'm trying to give someone, right? I've got to do the thing that I am talking about how someone else could do, how impactful it would be for someone else to do. So that's what this is. That's what this has been. Yep. Pretty soon I will start improving the quality of these videos, and I think today I'm going to download DaVinci, which is a free video editing software. Making changes, baby. Loving it. What's happening today? Action points. So I have work. I'm probably going to write a little bit more. I want to learn about search engine optimization and see if I can target this specifically. It's some details that doesn't matter, but what else? I could probably, you know what I could do? I've been putting it off. I could post to Quantified Self. I think I'm going to do that tonight after work. It'll be midnight, I'll be tired, I'll make some spelling errors, and I'll just ship it. Fuck it. Just ship it, man. Alright, much love. Take care.